Welcome to the Hot Podcast. I am so happy that you are able to come in and be live with us. Would you do me a favor and share and tag the Hot Podcast, please? Can you do that for me? Share and tag this with people that you know and everybody. Make sure you do this. We're coming live from the Hearing Eyes studio here in Dallas, Texas, every Wednesday at 6 p.m. You can find us here talking about some real topics, hot topics. And so we are so thankful that you came in. We're going to have some T-shirts coming soon, so be looking forward to that. Today we have my guest host, but she will be my co-host. I told her she needs her own podcast, but we're going to bring her in on this, on the Hot Podcast, that she feels ready to get her own. And so this is one of my favorite people in the world. She's a member of the Faith Church. She has her own business. She is a wife. She is a mother. She's a counselor. She's everything. Her name is Cornella Lee. Would you welcome Cornella Lee? Calvin, would you just do the hot bomb for me? Because Cornella is hot. So bam. All right. So welcome, Cornella Lee. Thank you for being here on today. We're just so happy to have you here. Before we get started, this week is Women of Faith. This Sunday, 11 a.m., my boss, city manager, Opal Malden Jones, will be in the building there Sunday at 11 a.m. Don't miss it. We will be there. We can't wait to hear what she has to say to us. And then starting the following week, which is Labor Day weekend, we're starting a new series called Going for the Gold. Now, I'm telling you, you need to be there every Sunday in September. The first Sunday in September, we're going to preach Open the Door, Open the Door. And so I want you there. Then the second Sunday, I haven't gotten our advertisement yet, but this is breaking news. Second Sunday, of course, is our annual Jersey Sunday. Jersey Sunday, where you wear your favorite team jersey. That's the 12th.
We know what you're going to be in.
You know, black and gold to the Super Bowl. Amen. I can't wait. And so make sure you wear your favorite team jersey or T-shirt if you have it on that Sunday. Invite some people to come out. That's the 12th, the second Sunday. And, of course, third Sunday is our pastor anniversary, 6-year pastor anniversary. So I'm so happy about that. If you want to give, you can give to $ Faith Pastor, Faith Church Lancaster, Zelle, Faith Church 2006 at Gmail. Please put in the description for the Hot Podcast so you can keep us on. Well, we're going to get to our show for today. We are so happy again to have my co-host for the Hot Podcast, and so I'm so glad that she is here tonight. We're just gonna get an in-depth of who she is and talk to her for a minute, and then ask her some questions as well. And so the first question I have, Cornella, is what was your childhood nickname?
Oh, I had a couple. One was Pig.
Pig.
Yes, Pig. And that's because when I was young, I used to let her eat. I always just wanted to eat. You know, if you fed me, then you had no problem out of me. So that was one of my names. But the one that get used the most is Corn.
Corn. Okay.
And I think they,
shorten your name.
Shorten my name. That's how I think that came about. So normally you hear my cousins and stuff, say Corn. Okay.
And tell us just a little bit about yourself, your upbringing, your family, what school you went to, all those things.
Okay, well, I've been in Lancaster all my life. I had my whole family pretty much, graduated and came out of Lancaster. Let's see. Oh, it's a lot of us. I have my three sisters, Deisha and Tiffany,
My petty best friend.
Yeah, your petty best friend. Yeah, that's my oldest, that's my bestie. And then I have my younger sister, Tiffany. And then, of course, I have my 5 children, the twins, and then you have Diamond, Kamisha, and Key Anthony, which all are grown. I'm about to be an empty nester. I'm excited about that.
Amen.
And, of course, then I have my husband, Anthony Robinson, and I graduated from Lancaster and still a resident of Lancaster. So, Lancaster is where I've been.
Amen. And you graduated in the 90s, and you all were at, of course, what is now the middle school. That was the high school.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And then tell us a little bit even about once you graduated, you traveling the world. Talk to us about that and how was that experience working
Oh wow, yeah. When I graduated from high school, It didn't happen immediately, but I then took on being a mother. Eventually, I did go into school to be a cosmetologist, which landed me a amazing job with Regis Corporation, and I traveled the world with them for many years. In and out of state and overseas, and I shared the stage with several. Great hairstylist Nick O'Rourke, Paul Mitchell and Gordon Nelson, which is the top stylist and things of that nature. And I got a lot of experience. So it was absolutely amazing. I can't say that if it had not been for that job, I probably wouldn't have traveled as much as I did or either have the insights of travel to where I'm okay with traveling now. Because, most people don't get that opportunity, because I've been to Beijing, Thailand, I've been to France. I've also been to Aruba and things of that nature. And a lot of people don't get to travel there. So I got a chance to do some things that I can come home and tell my children about and encourage them to travel as well.
Aruba, now that sounds like a great place to go to right now, especially. What was your favorite thing to do, or what is your favorite thing to do? What's one of your hobbies?
Shopping. Shopping is my favorite hobby. It's not a day that goes by that I'm not shopping, but of course I'm always shopping for home decor or anything about beauty is what I'm shopping for. Not so much always clothes, which I do shop there, but my main focal point is just to shop for houseware and anything that, make things, anything to transform something.
Okay. And what do you feel like is your ministry or your calling in life?
Well, I think I'm still trying to discover that in a way because I think I see a lot that I can do in a lot of different areas. I think God blessed me with a lot of different gifts and talents to where sometimes it becomes difficult to just see which one is truly my, calling because I'm good with my hands. I'm a visionary. It's like if I see it, I can, do it. I love decorating. I just have an eye for a lot of different things. And outside that, I always wanted to have a women and girls nonprofit program to help, young women and mothers bridge the gap in relationships, to have that, relationship as a mother and a daughter to bring, bridge that gap to be closer. Because what I see is, from my own personal experience of being a young lady so early, having my twins at 15, and the kind of difficult times that I went through with my mom, and just the uncertainty that I didn't know that was going to come with it or whatever. And it's the norm that people are having children early these days. It's not going to stop.
Right.
But however, I think what needs to happen is that parents need to be more understanding when it does happen and, be there for them and support them,
Yeah, and I think a lot of times people, I say this all the time when we at church and preaching, people like to regulate ministry to pastor, deacon, something of a title of that nature. But actually, ministry is when you minister to someone else.
Absolutely.
And so, definitely what you have been through in your testimony of being able to turn what other people would call a negative, having children at an early age and taking long to graduate or whatever those things may have been, how you turn those things into a positive is really ministry, because you'll be able to help young ladies to see that one decision, even though that it may be something that they may regret or think they regret, they still can turn it into something positive.
Absolutely.
And come out of it on top.
Absolutely. And also helping the mothers to understand that it's okay. I think back when I was having them, it was more of an embarrassment.
Right.
The mothers felt embarrassed that their children got, pregnant early, or either, it could have been like for my mom, once I did decide to talk to her, it was not so much an embarrassment for her. That was the least thing she expected of me, she said. Out of all her kids, she expected more out of me, which in return, once I found that out, helped me to make sure that I did not put my expectations on my children.
Right.
Because it's important that you don't do that. They're their own people. God created a different path for all of us. So when she did tell me that, that was one of the things that registered with me to make sure that I didn't do with my children, because it sets up just false expectations, you know, and you have to be honest and know that we're living in different times. And I, you know, can't raise them like my mom raised me, because we forced up against different things, social media and all of that. We didn't have that when we was gone. We still had payphone booths. We still had to knock on the school door to use the phone.
Yeah.
Now everybody have cell phones to their experience. We didn't have internets. We didn't have computers and stuff. So, you know, for me, I have to make sure that I stay realistic and with raising them and just coming into their world and being, you know, a person that can understand what they're going through and what their challenges are in, you know, the millennium.
And even with you having, since I know you, you know, your husband, who is my head armor bearer, who's a faithful member of our church, couldn't do what I do on a weekly basis without him. I don't get to say it publicly enough. Thank you for allowing him to, you know, because you got to share him sometimes. So thank you for allowing him to definitely serve, and I really appreciate that as well. You all don't know how much that means to me and how much I need that, right? So
Absolutely.
just want to tell you that. But you having 5 wonderful kids that, you know, I have a daughter, you all know, named Raven. And if my daughter had brothers and sisters, I don't want them to have your kids. and so they are just some wonderful kids. And what I love about them is they have their own personality.
Absolutely.
That they're not the same. They have their own personality. But I'm going to tell you what really impressed me. So I remember it was during one of the times we first went out to eat. It was at Fur's restaurant. I don't know if you remember this. We went to Fur's in Arlington.
Oh, and, yeah, I remember.
Key Anthony said something, and I was like, oh, Lord, she is about to smack the taste out of his mouth. Because he said something, but he wasn't in our area that was getting smart.
What
he was just being.
Yeah, he said,
you know,
I think he said, you lying.
He said something. I can't remember what he said, but whatever he said, I said, "Oh Lord!" I mean, I even cringed because I said, "Please, I didn't want you to hit him because
right.
You know I love Keith." But it was really crazy because how you handled the situation really showed me a lot about parenthood. Because, like we talked about before, today's child, you have to raise them different than how we were raised. And the reason why I've learned by being around you all, now I know he was not being disrespectful. Mm-hmm. He just understands he can voice his opinion and say things, and you are comfortable with that to let him be himself. And as parents, let me speak to you all that's watching. I'm telling you, in order to have grasp and get this next generation, we are going to have to make sure we understand that they're different. They're not like us that we was raised. And what impressed me was, because even when he said that, you didn't even flinch because you knew what it was. Yeah. And you just answered him back and talked to him. And it was just the funniest thing in the world. And so for me, you know, it made me realize, man, if I had a kid now, I would have to be like that, right? To make sure I embrace them, to make sure I encourage them. And you know, it's amazing how times have changed from the time how we grew up.
Absolutely.
Into now how they're growing up, right? And that's what helped me with my daughter, with Raven, in our relationship. I remember there was a time where I felt I was losing her because I was so busy trying to raise her like I was raised. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't until I adjusted and realized, you know, they have to have a voice, right? Yeah, you have to allow them to be themselves, Absolutely. Right? They have to be able to speak and do different things. And some things you may not agree with, but, you know, as long as you keep those avenues open and
Absolutely. Communication is definitely key, and it played a big part in raising them. And also another big thing is I can't thank Anthony enough for being the grounded person that he is, because he played a big part in their lives of, you know, when it comes to an example, being an example of what a man and what it looks like as a man. And I think my sons mirror him to the teeth when it comes to those type of things, for as, you know, how they stay grounded when it comes to dating, and how they speak to women and people, how they dress, and, you know, how they carry themselves. He played he plays a big part of that, even down to the girls. You know, he's always been so gentle with them, and he's always, as you see yourself, they just love being with him and he
No.
around. He turns into a big kid with him.
Yeah.
He, he kind of do that, thing of, I'm coming into your world. He taught me how to do that. And because I'm the person that work, I'm structured. I like things to be X, Y, Z, I'm not going to repeat myself.
Right.
And he's kind of that person that's laid back, like, you know what, it's going to be okay.
And the confirmation that you all did such a great job is when you look at your kids and look at who they've become. Even if you want to say that it would have been negative, just think about it. Right now, your 5 kids, none of them have kids.
No.
And they're in school, they're working, they're doing their thing. Just great people. I put on a post the other day about it. They have it, right? You can see that they have an understanding. Yes. Even if all of them haven't gotten to a place where they should be, they at least know certain things, right?
Absolutely.
Have certain manners and have certain morals. And so those things are something that can't be bought, right? You can't put a price on that. And I see here in the comments, Sharonda Pearson, she put, yes, Cornelia Lee, that's what I faced as a teen mom. Just saying what you talked about as a teen mom, being like it was an embarrassment. Yeah. And those, talk a little bit about that before we get into your business.
Well, for me, it hurt because, I was just a kid. You get those things saying, oh, she's fast, she's this, she's that. And that was never the case for me. It was just a decision that I made, that I knew right from wrong. My mom, taught me about sex and, people in the family. And if your parents or anyone around you, your circle of influence don't teach you, the TVs teach you. You know right from wrong. It was a decision that I made to do, and then just so happened, the crazy part is the first time that I ever had sex is when I got pregnant. So that was my first encounter with it, and I got pregnant, and then when it did happen, I was in the middle of running track. I had to stop that, and then, I was, almost 5 months pregnant before I found out. I was lifting weights and going on about my daily life, before I found out.
Talk about how, because this is major. I'm glad you even opened that door. Talk about how, because I know some women and some people that would have had an abortion to keep their college hopes alive, their track scholarship hope alive. Things. Talk about how that didn't happen, or maybe that was something they thought about, but you just knew, talk about that whole thing.
Well, for me, abortion wasn't an option because I didn't know about it. Just to be honest, it was never talked about in my home at that particular time. So it was never nothing that, came across my mind. It was never nothing about giving my kids up, anything like that. I think my biggest fear was to tell Jennifer. I just knew that I was not going to live once I told her, I just said, oh, this is going to be a hard day for me when she found out, and it was a very hard day because I disappointed her and her actions toward me changed. And, I think it's a natural reaction now that I have kids, right, that a parent does. I didn't understand it then, but now that I have my own, I can understand that, your reaction changed because you want so much more than your children. And especially my mom, she was the only girl, so she was very spoiled. And she already had 3 girls, and she was a single parent. So raising 3 girls at that time, and as you know, me and my sisters, we're like stagnant. So, she got 3 young girls she's trying to raise, and then, on her own, and now I have a daughter that's going to have not 1 kid, but 2. Right. And, so that...
They were identical twins.
Identical, so that put a lot of pressure on her now that I'm older to see it. But, that's part of the reason why I want to bridge the gap to help women and young girls understand that, it's going to be okay. At the end of the day, it's going to be okay. That's the least thing you need to do because it drives a wedge between you and your family because you're already dealing with your peers at school saying certain things and you're friends, but then all of a sudden you're not friends with them anymore because their parents don't want you to be around because they all of a sudden think because if she pregnant, you're going to get pregnant. Right. And that's not always the case. But sometimes some of my friends had been having sex way before me. Right. They just didn't get pregnant. But, now that I am, that's what their parents thought.
And if you're watching and you have any questions, make sure you put in the comments. We can see the comments, so we're going to definitely raise the questions. But, Calvin, put up that post I put about it. And so if you are, any of you are on my Facebook page, I put up a post about it. And let me give you some background just to help you out. Sometimes when I'm posting, a lot of times it's something that God inspires me to post, right? I can't really explain it, but I just got to either write it down or go on there and post it at that particular time. And this is one of the ones, right? It just came out of nowhere. That's a lot of times how I know it's God, because I wasn't around a kid. I was at work, wasn't thinking about a kid, but God just really dropped this in, and it talks about it, right? Having that it, and for a lot of us, as parents, that's all we want from our kids. All we want from our kids, to make sure they have the it factor, right? Mm-hmm. And so, my prayer is really, like I put on the last line, is for our children, everybody I know, is that they get it before we leave this earth. That's my prayer for Raven. Raven's almost there. I can almost see it. Yeah, I can almost see it. She has grown so much, and she has become I'm so proud of her. But sometimes it takes time. I know for me, and I know men usually don't mature fast as women. I know I didn't get to it till I was 28, 29, maybe 30. I can remember having that that light switch go off in my mind, and I was like, okay, I kind of understand what I'm supposed to be doing. Before that, I just was wilding, just doing my own thing. And so, again, that's my prayer. I want to get into your business, because I want people to be able to know. Part of this hot podcast is to give people their flowers while they're here, but also uplift our Black business, support our Black-owned businesses and people that we know are a part of what we do here is to do that. And so Cornelia Lee is the CEO of Lee's Luxury Events. And so I want you to tell us about Lee's Luxury Events. Tell us what it is, how it came about, what you do, all that.
Well, Lee's Luxury Events is an event service. We don't, it's a little bit different than most people that does events. They kind of like specialize in just parties and weddings and that thing. But with Lee's Luxury Events, we not only specialize in parties, events, and weddings, we also touch the side of pretty much before your event. Because I'm licensed to do hair and makeup, and I also have my two other partners in my business, Dunshell Black and Disha Lee. Dunshell is also a makeup artist as well. So a lot of people know that I love to dress as well, as you guys know. We offer that portion of that we can style you before your event. And we also do home interior. We put together people's homes.
So it's
offices.
like a one-stop shop.
It's a one-stop shop. So all things beauty. If you think about anything that want to be transformed to beauty, that's what we do. Okay. Yeah. So it's something that's been a long dream of mine that I always wanted to have. But I knew that I couldn't start it when I wanted to, because when you start a business, that this got to kind of like be your baby.
Right.
And one of the things that I tell my children this to this day is that I feel that the reason why Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey them are so successful is because they didn't have children. They didn't have any barriers, no anything blocking them. That was their baby. Their business that they're doing now was their baby. Tyler Perry is already his max before he even had a child. So, he didn't have anything to stop him. He focused and channeled in on it. So now that I have adult children, it's time for me now to do it. And that's what I'm doing. I'm going full fledged with it. I'm enjoying it. It's been a blessing. I wouldn't have never imagined that me starting it up. And since I've gotten it started, I've been staying busy with it. And I've gotten a lot of, customers just by posting, it was a lot of people that were so happy for me to do it. And I thank all of y'all on Facebook that are cheering me on and that are backing me up, that sending me references and that believe in me and my company, because without them, it wouldn't be possible. But one day I just said, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and put it in the atmosphere. Because, once you put something in the atmosphere, you got to respond to it.
Yes.
Because that's all you got. That's your word. So I put it out there. I started it, and it's just been amazing.
And so what has been some obstacles that you had to jump over or go around and get through maybe, or what are some of the questions people have asked you when it comes to your business that you make and help people that may have questions about your business?
Well, I get a lot of questions on, how do you, how do you put the colors together? How do you, how do you visualize this this setup and things of that nature. And I just tell people, if it's in you, it'll come out of you.
Yeah.
You know, some people know what they want. They just don't know how to put it together. You know, they just see a lot of different things in the stores, and they go in the stores, oh, I like this, I like that, and they grab it, and then they find themselves putting it in their households, and it just look like clutter.
Okay.
And, you know, they have nice things, but they just don't know how to do placement and, you know, do, you know, patterns and, you know, colors and stuff together. So a lot of things I get questions about is how do I, you know, blend my colors? How do I make the colors go together? How do I just make it gel? You know, and I always tell people there's no wrong or right when it comes to decorating.
Right.
In my world, it's just no wrong or right. You just got to do it and have fun with it.
Calvin, do we have her information? Want to put her information up? Say your information on how they can get in contact with you.
Well, you can also we do have an Instagram and Facebook page. It's Lee's Luxury Events is exactly what the business name is on Facebook and Instagram.
Okay.
So you can reach out on both of those, and the number for the business is also on both of those pages in the bio. So there's a different number to reach out to Lee's Luxury Events. So that's all there. So they can just reach out either way.
You know the number by heart? No.
I do not know the number by heart because, you know, I'm just that busy.
Oh, Calvin is getting it. Calvin, why are you getting that? Play the video of her last event. I don't know if she'll be able to talk us through it because maybe it's some music on there. But go ahead on and play that video, and so they can see actually a part. This is from July 28th, so you're able to see some of the beautiful. So go ahead, talk us through it.
Oh, well, this is actually a dinner party that I did for one of my most favorite people in the world, which is Quanisha Speed, which is a former coach at Lancaster High School, my daughter's volleyball coach. It was her birthday. She wanted something intimate and small in her home, and she called me up and she said, hey, I want to have a dinner party, and she wanted it in her home. And all she knew is I just want pink. I want everything pink. So she allowed me and my business partner to come up with a nice theme for her to put together in her home that wasn't too much and that, you know, that she can enjoy and look at. So that was part of what we did. And she did it on a small budget, you know. So we do decorate themes and stuff on, you know, realistic budgets. Everybody don't have thousands of dollars. You know, things can be done on those budgets. So she wanted something that was going to be really simple, and she can utilize a space in her home. And it was last minute because she always called you a couple of days before.
Man, that looked awesome. I don't know if you all seen it. That's a wonderful job. I mean, listen, you all need to contact Lee's Luxury Events. When it comes to the church, she does our events. She's over my pastor's anniversary. And so I'm telling you, you have to make sure that you use people that you can have a relationship with. You use people that you know are going to do an excellent job, that's competent to do the job. And so I'm telling you, if you use Lee's Luxury Events, you will not regret it. Another thing I was going to get into some relationship stuff. I'm going to wait till next week because we have next week coming Traylon Curry. So, you know,
Trap Boy Fitness
is in the house.
Oh, okay.
And so he's going to be talking about some relationship stuff. Cornelia Lee is going to be here as well, with her because I want to have
an alpha woman at the table.
Yeah,
huh?
we got to have a female in this conversation because it's two alpha men. And I want a woman, alpha woman, to come in and have a voice in this conversation because it's going to be a great conversation. That's next week. I'm telling you don't want to miss. He's over Men's Viewpoint. He's on Facebook. And so if you go on there, he talks about all kinds of stuff on there. And so relationship-wise. And so he's going to be on next week. We're going to just dib and dab into some stuff. Make sure you have.
That's going to be interesting, Pastor.
Oh man, it's going to be
interesting.
It's going to be
and by the way, y'all, he just threw me in there just now. I didn't know I was coming next week, so you know.
right. I just volunteered her. Listen, Sharonda says, "Do you also cater?"
Yes, I do. I do cater. There are some things that I cater myself. However, I do have chefs and other caterers that I do have a relationship with. And depending on what it is, then we can reach out to them and, you know, get it done.
So you see her info on the screen. Listen, it's a one-stop shop. Sharonda, all the people you know, and all the events you do, you definitely need to make sure you reach out. Again, it's a one-stop shop. She basically does it all. Amen. She have the people there to do the things that she doesn't do, but it's all one. And so we want to make sure, hey, Diamond is on.
Hey, baby.
On there. That's one of my favorite people in the whole wide world.
I know, right? And trust me, she know it.
Diamond,
she know it too.
Amen.
As they say now, she look like me as she got older.
Man, look just like her mom. And so just so thankful for her and all of the kids. Sharonda said I will contact you soon. All right.
Well, come on then. You know I'm going to take care of you.
These are our hot hitters. Hit the hot bomb. Hit the hot bomb. Hot hitters. These are the questions that we ask all of our guests at the end. And so you just got to answer them. Just rapid fire. Just the first thing come to mind. The first question is, what would this you tell the younger you?
Ooh, stay focused.
Stay focused.
Stay focused.
Amen. Because of distractions, right?
Yes.
Second question. 5 dinner guests, dead or alive. 5 dinner guests, dead or alive.
You want me to name them?
Yeah, name them.
Oh, 5 dinner guests would definitely be my sister, Deisha Lee.
My petty best friend.
Yes. Dunshell Black for sure.
Dunshell. Great person.
My auntie / mother, Valma Holt Davis.
Ain't Valma.
Yes, and let me correct that. I do apologize. Valmer Davis. She's no longer a Holt. I got to get better in that. Yeah, so Valmer Davis. And then I definitely have my brother Chris Holt and Asbury Holt.
Okay, so that's 5. Amen.
Yes.
Good. If you have to go to an island by yourself, what 5 things would you take with you?
Oh, Lord, that would be my makeup bag.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta have my wigs. My flip-flops.
Uh-huh.
A backpack.
That's 4.
And probably a lot of water.
A lot of water.
A lot of water.
Okay. All right. Now, is it that bougie? Oh, that's that bougie water. Yeah.
It is not
my petty
bougie
best friend
water.
and y'all drink that bougie water. I drink the regular water.
Well, actually, my favorite water is Fiji.
Fiji, okay.
Fiji is my favorite water, but
I got to try that water though. They say it's real good.
Because of my best friend.
I'm not mentioning the name
Dunshell.
because you ain't giving me no money, so I ain't mentioning your name. You got to sponsor to get a name on here. But yeah, I'm gonna try that water.
Yeah, but your
best friend Dunshell.
My best friend Dunshell is really big on getting your electrolytes in you.
Shout out Dunshell.
Yeah, so she's kind of gravitating me to this particular water.
As well. And so Deisha Lee just put box water because she's real bougie. She drinks box water.
Well, she ain't brought me none. I'm just been waiting on mine because
I don't want to drink water out of box. I'm sorry. The next questions. You see Hearing Eyes DFW can accommodate your podcast. If you want some studio time, you want to do a podcast, make sure you contact Hearing Eyes DFW. Next question is 3 people you would take with you to a battle.
3 people I'll take with me to a battle. Diamond, my daughter, Diamond White.
Oh man, let me tell you,
she gotta
you take
go.
Diamond, you win in the battle. Hey,
yeah, I definitely take Diamond because she's
if Diamond riding with you. That's it.
That would be my first pick. My second pick would be, I would say, my other daughter, Kamisha. Because she's a silent killer, and a lot of people don't know that, but she's a silent killer.
TWU right now.
Yeah,
amen. Second year.
Yeah, second year.
TWU,
and I'm excited. I'm so proud of her. I can't express how proud
Diamond
I
and
am
Kai.
of her.
That's a great team right there.
And my third person will probably be my baby sister Tiffany.
Oh, now see, I thought you would have said my petty best friend.
No. Because you said a battle. Okay, you said a battle.
So what?
See, Deisha is your petty best friend. She's a battler, but on another level.
Okay.
But if you saying battle, that means you got to be ready for any and everything.
Okay.
Every angle go that way. You got to be able to just
Tiffany
say,
might pull out anything.
You hear me? And you got to be able to just say, I'm putting everything on the line.
Yeah, put out anything. My baby girl is on. Hey, Raven Dixon. Thank you for watching.
Hey, Raven.
On today. Diamond, I thought she was going to say Deisha too. The next question is your top 5 rappers all time.
Oh, my God, Pastor. That's going to be hard.
Just round say, don't do Deisha Lee.
I would say Mystical.
Mystical. Hey,
That is my
that's
very
my city.
favorite. And then I would say Ludacris.
Ludacris, number 2.
And then I would say probably Juvenile.
Juvie, my city too.
T.I.
T.I.,
And
the
I would
king
say
of the South.
Lil Wayne.
That's my city. You got 3 out of top 5. I can't even hate on that. That's my city. Y'all don't know about that. Top 5 singers. Any genre, just
Okay.
singers.
Singers top 5, I would say Kiki Watts. And I would say Yolanda Adams.
Okay.
And then I would say, oh my God, Fantasia, most definitely Fantasia.
Fantasia. You got 2 more.
And let's see, I love Celine Dion.
Uh-huh.
And I would have to say Mary Mary.
Mary. All right. This is the last one of the hot hitters. Their top 5 movies.
Ooh.
It could be
The
movies
Wood.
or TV shows, but mainly movies, I would say.
Okay, The Wood,
Mm-hmm.
Love and Basketball,
Loving Basketball.
Bad Boys,
Bad Boys.
and I would say, oh my God, Bodyguard would be one of my favorite ones.
Bodyguard. You got 1 more.
And also, I would have to say it would be, I can't think of it. It's on my thing. Girls Trip.
Girls Trip. Good
Girls
movie.
Trip.
Good movie. Thank you so much for being here today, Calvin. Put up
Thank
her
you.
contact info again. This is my co-host. I had to get somebody who I know could give the female version. She's like a female version of me, amen. And so she's gonna give her great advice and wisdom. I have to have the female point of view, and so I definitely need her here to make sure she says everything I would say, amen, for a female.
For a female, huh?
Amen. And so I'm so thankful for her being here tonight, thankful for her family, who is so faithful to our ministry and so faithful to me and all the things that we do. And so I'm just so thankful for them. I want you to please make sure that you support our very own, black businesses or something that we should support. So make sure we support each other. We have so many great people at the Faith Church that have businesses. We have Shelvin, who has construction businesses. Sharonda, she sells houses and even real estate. Sister Zandra with juice. I mean, we could just go down the list. Shannon Lee has her own professional tax business. And so we have so many people just even in our sphere that have businesses that can help us and that can really advance us when it comes to things. Don't forget to give to the Hot Podcast. Last week we had on Elder Moody, who helped with the concealed weapon license. This week we have on our co-host. I just wanted you to get to know her since she's going to be the co-host for the Hot Podcast. Next week we're supposed to have Traylon Curry, and so we definitely want you to be on. I'm telling you, to everybody, not to miss next week. The next couple of weeks.
Nervous about next week.
Listen, it's gonna be off the chain. I can't.
I don't know him personally, but I do know him, his audience on social media, and I watch him. So
let me tell you, this guy says what I want to say, but I can't say it because I'm a pastor. So you need to really be on here. Now, I'm gonna let him loose next week. I'm telling you, we don't have no bleep buttons. I'm telling you, we don't have a bleep button. So I don't know if you got sensitive ears.
Crazy. You let him loose me.
You may not be able to handle. And I'm before the show started, I'm gonna put a disclaimer at the bottom of the screen. The views that are about to be not endorsed by the church, but they are endorsed by me, amen. Absolutely. And so we definitely want you all to come on and make sure that. So put up her info again. I want to make sure everybody see her info. Thank you to all of you that watched. Sister Sharonda for watching. We had Gail Campbell was on. My petty best friend Desha Lee was on. My baby, the real Raven Dixon was on. My other baby girl, Diamond, was on. And so I just wanted to, Dunshell Black, thank you, Dunshell Black, awesome person. Thank God for her as well. And so listen, I want all of you to make sure you share and tag this. If you know anybody that may have an event coming up, listen, send this info to them. Say, hey, this has been endorsed by Pastor D in the Faith Church. You need to use her when it comes to your events. I promise you, you won't regret it. Any parting words before we go? Anything you want to say to anybody? Any shout outs? Anything you want to do? Say.
No, I appreciate you for having me on and, giving me my moment to allow the world to know what I do and what my business is and what we have to offer to them. And, I promise if they reach out to us, we would not disappoint them. And one of the things I do want them to understand that I do have 2 other partners in this business that are very talented just as well as me. And again, it's Dunshell Black, and she is a makeup artist, and she is a person that thinks almost just like me. Like we read each other well. And then of course I have my sister, which she know me like the back of my hand as well. And she's very talented as well. So I just, really want people to know that it's other people behind the scenes than me. And also my son, Key Anthony, he's behind the scene, always taking the pictures in my events when he's there. And he's helping, bring and tote things in and set up tables. So he's learning the industry as well. And then I have my son, Anthony, that does all the custom stuff.
Twin.
The custom designs and stuff that goes on to, the products as well. So
it's a family business because that's all family right there.
Everybody in.
Yeah, that's all family.
Absolutely. And then, I bounce ideas off the other ones. And then, I have Anthony, which is the other twin. He does T-shirts as well with tie-dyeing and things of that nature. So everybody's hands-on, and I think that, they're going to be great for the business. I think it'd be great. But the name, let me just, shout out to Key Anthony, my baby boy. When I was sitting down during COVID, we was talking about how I was going to orchestrate this thing, and he was like, okay, he was my listening ear. And I said, well, I got to find a name. And then I said, Key Anthony, what do I name it? And he just came out the top of his head. He said, why it won't be Lee's Luxury Events? And I thought about it for a couple of seconds. And I would say, why luxury? He said, well, come on now, mama, come on, look at the house. Look at you. Why not luxury? I said, okay, that'll work.
So Kiki named it.
Kiki named it.
Shout out
so
to
he
Kiki.
gave birth
That's
to the
my
name
boy.
of the business.
Shout out to Kiki. That's the baby of the bunch. But we love him so much. He is so anointed. So he's just a great kid.
Absolutely.
So we're so thankful to him.
He's graduating this year.
Graduating from Lancaster High School. Amen.
And by the way,
Go Weibo Nation.
He is in the top 3% of his class.
Wow.
I'm excited, and he's gotten several academic offers that are just pouring in, and I'm, eager to see what he's going to select.
Awesome. We are so happy and so glad. I can't wait to graduation. We're going to turn up, Kiki.
Absolutely.
Amen. So we're so thankful for that. Thank you, Chevron Mason, for watching. Watch this video right quick, then we're going to come back and close it out. We have a special video for you to watch.
Good morning, children of God. Good morning, Faith Church. It's your boy, Elder Chevron Mason, the assistant pastor over at the Faith Church, here with the soul sister.
Yes, I'm Cornella, and I am Pastor's Arms ministry leader.
Amen. Listen, we're just a few weeks out from the greatest day that we're going to celebrate in the month of September. Listen, you do not want to miss this day. September the 19th, it's going down.
It is big in a major way.
Man, look, we got to support our pastor for Pastor's Anniversary. It's going to be going down September 19th. You do not want to miss this day. Listen, our pastor pours out. He gives. He shows up. He's present. He does everything he can do to show that he loves God and that he loves us. And we just want to be a blessing to him, don't we?
Absolutely.
Man, so how can we be a blessing to him?
Oh, yeah. We can always be a blessing by giving them coins.
Giving them coins, man.
Yes.
That's a good blessing.
Yeah, it's the best blessing, if you ask me.
I'm trying to tell you. Well, servitude is the best blessing to me.
Absolutely, yeah.
But the coins do add on to the servitude.
It makes it so much better.
So listen, if you have $125, it don't even have to be exactly $125. Whatever you can do, whatever your budget can allow you to provide. Listen, we would just ask that you give $125 to Pastor's Anniversary. We want to celebrate him in a major way on this year in 2021.
Absolutely. And then, on that day, it's going to be September 19th. We're going to have 2 services, which is going to be our normal service at 11 a.m. Mm-hmm. And then we're going to come back at 3 p.m. and celebrate him and show him some love and give him what he give us 365 days a year. And that is appreciation. He appreciate us, so we want to show him that we appreciate him as well.
And it, like I said, it doesn't have to be 125, or you can go over 125. Listen, whatever your bank account allows. Listen, we just urge and encourage you to give, because our pastor gives continually, unconditionally, sacrificially. He's always giving it. If you give, then it shall be a karma. It shall come back as a residual for you to receive.
Absolutely.
And so, listen, please give, and please come out and celebrate with us. Again, the services will be at 11 and 3 o'clock over at the Faith Church. If you do not know the address to give to your friends, it's 305 East 3rd Street, Lancaster, Texas. Make sure you put the Lancaster.
Absolutely. And be sure that you can give on 3 different ways electronically. That is Zelle, Cash App, and Givelify. And if you're here at church today, just raise your hand. They can give you an envelope, and then you can just make sure that you put Pastor's Anniversary on that envelope. That way we can solidify those funds to go exactly to where they need to be.
Amen. Amen. Again, we love you. I'm Elder Shelvin Mason.
And I'm Cornella Lee.
Thank you all so much for being here with us. Listen, don't forget, if you are in need of to find a studio for a podcast, you can use Hearing Eyes. You can come here and they'll let you be one of their clients. Hearing Eyes, they have great prices. I promise you, they'll beat any prices else around here in the DFW. Hearing Eyes, DFW. Make sure you contact them if you want to get your own show or the use of a studio. You can definitely do that as well. Again, Hot Podcast every Wednesday at 6 p.m. We will be here. Don't miss it next week. Make sure you're here. Then on this Sunday, we'll celebrate all women. Bring a woman to church on Sunday, or have a woman watch this Sunday, please, at 11 a.m. The city manager of Lancaster will be in the building. Opal Malden Jones, that's my boss. And so I am so excited to have her here on that day. And then don't forget going for the goal, and don't forget Jersey Sunday on the 12th. Please make sure you wear your favorite team jersey. Got to get a jersey for the 12th. We're gonna be Jersey down.
Does it have to be football? Can it be basketball?
It could be any team.
College?
No, it could be any team.
Okay.
No, it could be any team. It could be college. It could be high school. It could be NFL, NBA. It don't matter.
Any sport.
Yeah, any sport. You know, but it's your favorite team. So my favorite team is the Saints. So that's what I'm going to wear.
Don't we know?
Yeah, man. So I'm going to wear is Saints all day black, and going to be black and gold down on that day. I don't want to hear no hate from the Faith Church, because that's what I'm going to be on that day. Amen. So thank you all. Thank you for tuning in. If you need to give, make sure you give on the day. Listen, if nobody told you this week that they love you, I'm Pastor D, and I love you. This is Cornella Lee, co-host of the Hot Podcast. We are so glad you tuned in. We want you to have a great week. Be safe. Wear your mask. Social distance. Still got the COVID out there. And make sure you be smart. See you next week. Same time, same location. Have a great day.